the series of Becoming Baddie. This is for my grown and gorgeous girls. Hi loves, I wanted to welcome you back to my channel. I'm Halicia, but the girls call me Lee. And if you're new here, I make videos on beauty, travel, natural hair, and fashion. So if that's your vibe, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. This is for the grown and gorgeous who want to transform into that girl but don't want to spend all day in front of the mirror. If you're 35 and older, you're juggling kids, work, life in general, but you still want to look like something. You're not trying to give what you're going through. I got you, because I too am an almost 37-year-old baddie who deals with hyperpigmentation, acne scarring, texture, but likes to show up as my best self in under about 20-25 minutes tops. I got you. This one's for you. We're talking a quick, easy, fabulous, I woke up like this type makeup routine. Practice makes perfect. I'm here to help you create this glowy, long-lasting look without the extra stress. So grab all of your tools and let's go through this process together. I have quite a few product recommendations that I just know for a fact, but to start, let's just use what you have. Make that work first. So let's get started. You ready? Let's do it. Get ready with me as an baddie who prioritizes ease but would love to transform in a realistic way on a daily basis. This particular makeup routine is for real skin. We are trying to transform from this to this. So let's start the clock because we're giving ourselves about 15 to 20 minutes. First things first, at this age, one of the most important things is to prioritize your overall health. That's what's gonna show up in your skin outside of makeup and skincare. So make sure you're drinking your water. Quick tidbit, you don't need to buy any more brow gel. Get you a bottle of Got2b styling glue. The smaller one is great for your makeup bag, and this is about $2-3, and apply this to your brows. This is gonna hold your brows in place forever, literally until you wash it off. So I just use a little bit right on the brow. It also dries quickly, so it makes this process super easy. The only thing about using this brow gel is that you do have to use it first. I'm going in with mostly black owned brands, and I highly recommend you doing the same as well. It doesn't have to do with race, but it's more so about how our skin works and what brands really understand our skin, and Danessa Myricks does. So if you have that texture, that hyperpigmentation, Danessa is going to give it to you. First up is going to be this glow serum. This is great for texture and that inner radiance that won't make you oily. It's a face priming serum, so it does have skincare benefits as well. And then I'm using Benefit Professional's Holy Grail. This definitely does what it needs to do when it comes to the pores, and it layers well with Danessa. And I only apply products where I need the product to work, so this will save time and product use. We're already prepped for our foundation. On a day-to-day basis, I like to keep it simple because who has time? So I typically will go in with my Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin. My favorite shade is 9.5. Peep it, we're scraping it. Or if I want a slightly lighter coverage, especially if it's going to be extremely long wearing, I'll typically go in with the Skin Tint in the shade 14, which is a little bit darker, but I prefer the warmth on my skin. So using her brush as well, this makes life so dreamy because literally you can paint it on in seconds. And you don't have to set this if you don't want to, because it is a balm and it's self-setting. One concealer would do it, and I am using Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin in the shade 13, and you don't need a lot, babe. So I apply it to the same place every time, and I'm gonna let that sit, let it cook while we work on some of the face. Now I'm still really into radiant looks. I like to look hydrated and glowy, but I do want that glow from within. So despite what season I'm in, I wanted to still slightly give I've been exposed to sun, you know, like I'm hydrated. My go-to lately has been the Danessa Myricks Low Lighter in the shade Incognito, and there is a darker shade that I use in the spring, summertime, just when the weather is warmer and my skin is a lot more crispy. So I take this product and I go in everywhere on my face that would normally be highlighted. So the top of my cheekbones, the top of my mouth, my chin, my forehead, and my nose. Really just the tip. Don't worry about the blendability. At this point, you're just getting the product on. All baddies need to be snatched. That's like a given. So we're gonna go in with the Blurring Balm Bronzer. Baby, she's sexy. These balms on the skin really do assist with texture management, and the more texture that you have, honestly, the less matte that you want to be, because it's going to emphasize the texture. If you want to dial it down and add a little bit more youth to your look, go in with balmy products. So we're just gonna boom, and the blendability is insane on these, which also makes your routine super quick. Right at the brow bone. And this routine will easily last you 8 to 12 hours in the day, so you can forget about it. It's not coming off. Now we're gonna blend with another Danessa Myricks brush, and to be fair, I've only used one brush this whole routine, which is also great. It's this foundation brush by Danessa Myricks. So at this point, we're just blending, and this doesn't take long. That part, and we're almost done. Baby, we are already looking delicious. So yummy. Now remember, this routine is all about ease. So I actually rarely use a loose setting powder anymore, because I do find that it's quite inconvenient. So instead, I use a pressed powder under the eye. Several things happen. For one, it's just simple, quick, and easy to use. It's also affordable. I do use Maybelline Fit Me. Again, this is another fan favorite in the color Toffee Caramel. We're almost done with this. I get these sponges off Amazon. You can get like a 20 pack for like $5. But outside of this being easy, because we're not spilling powder everywhere, it's not dust going anywhere, I also find that it creates a smoother under eye with much higher coverage, and it feels a lot more comfortable, because looser setting powders would tend to be very tight under my eye, and it almost felt like that skin just couldn't take it, like it was sucking the life out of my under eye skin. Wasn't really feeling it, so I switched over to this. Now, if it were like 100 degrees and I knew that I would be sweating and things, I would definitely go in with a loose powder like Patrick Star, and you're just gonna pat it in under your eye. And this is when we start coming into form, because you see what that just did, the series of becoming baddie. Now, anywhere else that you wanna like highlight or emphasize, you can add this powder. I always do the smile lines and underneath my brow. Now I'm going in with powder bronzer, blush, and all over powder. You most definitely do not have to set your face. If you don't really have oily skin, then you don't necessarily have to go in with all of these powders. But for me, I do like the effect of like a demi matte or a satin finish look versus this much glow. This much glow is almost triggering for me because of my oily skin. So at this point, it really just depends on what you want or what you need, but we're gonna tone it down a bit. I use both Charlotte Tilbury bronzers. I find that these bronzers are great for also setting the skin. So I have shade 4, that's an actual bronzer, and then I have shade 3 that I use all over my skin because I like the warmth. Is this necessary? No. These products are also smoothing, and they are the perfect texture, and they are pressed powders, and I want that. You can also just buy a refill versus like repurchasing the product. With this much product, so I typically will hold on to this compact for about a year. This bronzer in particular I've had for about 2 years, so although it is expensive, you're not replacing it often. Same thing with this, I've had this for over a year. So you calculate it and you tell me. Okay, a little bit of bronzer here because we want warmth. Here, you know, you're trying to snatch that jawline. But I will tell you, if you want a slimmer face, if you want a slimmer jawline, incorporate walking. Daily walking, 5 to 10K. That face is gonna slim right on out. And it's great for your health, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Do it outside if you can. If not, walk around your job, walk at your desk, get you a walking pad, go walk. You see? Let me check, because I know it's giving right now. Yep, yep. This is shade number 3. You can see the warmth. It's just so pretty up against my skin. Large powder brush, because I don't have time for that, and just pat it everywhere. This is like my all over set just to marry it. But because I did that base work, I still give radiant. Like, I still have a glow. It still looks like I'm sun-kissed. Another hack is to do your blush based on the seasons. When the sun is out, when the earth is colorful and green and radiant, warm tones look best as your blush. So darker skin, the oranges, the reds, more coral, that type of vibe. In the winter or any time that it's cold, fall, winter, I would switch over more, especially winter, switch over more into your cool tone blushes like those pinks. It's just gonna work better with how your skin looks in that season because our skin does change. We lose some pigment when it's really cold outside because of the lack of sun, and so cooler tones just work a little bit better. So right now I'm in my NARS Liberté era because it's pink and it's pretty and it looks really good on my skin in this season. I'm gonna do my blush a little bit higher. I just find that this is a bit more flattering because it lifts the cheekbones. So you see how close I'm getting underneath my eye or close to my eye, and I'm working it upwards. You all see what that just did. It just, then I of course like to just do a touch over the nose. At this point you're like 90% done. You've probably only spent max 15 minutes on this makeup look, but the last two parts are really the most taxing parts because they do take a little bit more time, and that's gonna be your mascara and a little bit of brow. Honestly, some days I leave my brows just like this because I do have thicker, fuller brows, but I know that that's not really realistic for everyone. Now, you do have an option of getting micro shading or micro blading for your brows for their more permanent, fuller brow look, but if that's not in your budget or it's just not something that you want to do, grab a brow pencil. This one is Benefit Precisely My Brow because this is precisely my brow. I'm gonna barely fill in my brows. My brows are a very quick process. I'm not spending all day on these. So I like to just go in a little bit on the end, and then I'm just gonna create hair-like strokes, brushing upwards with the pencil to fill in any sparse areas. The front of your brow should be a little sparse. It should just get a little darker at the end, so keep that in mind because that's more of a natural brow. That looks about right. That brow's done. That's how I do my brows. So the brows are done. The other additional step that I do that's not required is I bring my moles back. There's been quite a few people that don't like their moles or their skin tags. I've always been taught that face moles is a sign of beauty or enhanced beauty. I love them. I love my skin tags. I love how I've actually gained more with age. I think that is such a beautiful thing, and so I do bring those back because they do get slightly lost in the makeup. I can still see my larger ones, which is the one in the middle of my head and the one that is on the side of my brow, but I do lose quite a few of my smaller ones. They're not as prominent, so I bring those back. So this is optional. So grab a black eyeliner, liquid, or a pencil, and then just go to work. This is also a great hack to cover up pimples, but don't go overboard with it because it will start to look a little bit cheesy if you take it too far. I'm gonna set my face, and then we're gonna finish off with mascara and lips. Mascara will be last because that's like a whole thing, okay? Top tier is Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Finishing Spray. For my lips, I get asked this a lot, and I have not been using lipstick that often. I won't even hold you. I typically go in with my Danessa Myricks palette. This is the Groundwork palette. It does come in two basically different color sets. This one is more of like your neutral Groundwork 1 palette. The other one is Blushing Blooms or something of that nature. It's like pinks and purples. I've actually merged the two palettes together and taken out my favorite shades to create my own custom palette. Day-to-day use, this is where I'm at. You can use it all over the face. There's no limitations to it. Eyes, lips, cheeks, bronzer, concealer, eyeshadow, you name it, you can use it. And there is a balm texture in the palette along with a shadow powder texture, so you can set, define. I can't tell you exactly what the names of the shades that I use are, but I will show you. In both of these shades are actually from the blushing palette. So I use this, it's like a deep purple shade, as my lip liner most days, and then I use this coral rosy shade as my lip color because it does look very similar to my lip color. It's just a tad bit warmer, and I use a brush. So let's get into it. Quite a few times people have asked me about my lip combo, and it's not that easy to explain because it's not lipstick. Lip liner is done, and it does feel like nothing is on the lips, and if you're worried about how long this lasts, it's not gonna move. Now, using the same brush, I'm just gonna go in with the rosy shade, and I'm literally just gonna fill in where my lips are. You're going to barely tell. It is the perfect, like, really truly nude combo. And honestly, I would leave it at that. To be fair, my mascara is literally the longest part of my routine. If you don't have time for this, if you don't want to do this, if this is not in your cards, you have options. I am going to give you like a full breakdown tutorial of how you can do your own set of false lashes or lash extensions pretty quickly, easy, and affordable way. If this is within your budget, you could also invest in going to a lash lady and getting individual lashes, or you could skip this all together because it's not necessary, but it's something about a good lash that that's a Baddies touch. I just got this mascara in the mail from Tarte, and it is their Lights Camera Lashes mascara. I was pleasantly surprised. I was a little blown away by her. Like, she did what she needed to do. I'm also a fan of the ABH mascara. I talked about this recently. 10 out of 10 I would recommend, but then it's like, Benefit has good mascara. So this is the Bad Gal Bang Bang Waterproof Mascara. I don't know what you're doing during the day, but you might need a little extra proof. Who knows? You would live a baddie lifestyle. I can't tell you what that looks like, but I'm definitely gonna go in with this one to show you how I transform the lashes. It takes some time. Oh, maybe I should have been this up close and personal the whole time. Here's the one for this. I love their packaging. It's almost like a faux leather sleeve, but this silver is not gonna get lost in your makeup bag. Okay, taking the tip of the mascara, I'm gonna run this back and forth along the bottom lashes. Yes, the Lord blessed me with long lashes. I also use Jamaican black castor oil on my lashes to assist with the growth. I use it on my brows and lashes. Honestly, there have been times that I will put it all over my face. I definitely use it on my skin. Seems to enjoy it. There's no science behind it, but try it at your own risk. Okay, now that I've coated the lashes, we're gonna actually shape them. That's one coat of mascara. You wanna get it right, which is why it takes a little bit more time. This is like your add-on, but it's definitely a special touch. Now I like to take a second mascara, especially if it's like a drier, older mascara, and just really shape the lashes out. I'm gonna use Benefit Bad Gal because the one doesn't hold a lot of product, even though it's not old. And it really allows me to define the lashes without them being super clumpy. And in the blink of an eye, we're gonna transform to this. This makeup tutorial is all about you. How you feel now?